customer service in today's world, as the world becomes more AI involved, and life becomes more, quote, remote, do any of you out there feel the same frustration that I feel when you call for customer service? You're told to press 1 for this, press 2 for that. You don't get a real person, and you don't really get your question answered. And can you imagine providing that same service for your customers in your business? Is this where we're headed? Is there a better solution? Joining me at this time is customer service expert and book author, Cynthia Salonista. Cynthia, good to have you with us. We want to discuss customer service in today's world. I know you've gone through something like that, press 1 or 2, and you don't get your question answered, and then it can go on forever. I don't know about you. I'm going to guess it's the same for our viewers and you, but that can drain me for the afternoon. Of
course.
For the rest of the work I've got scheduled, that can just suck it out of me.
Yes.
Well, the thing is, I've experienced it sometimes, but recently I moved, so I had to move all my services, like Spectrum, like the water delivery, the insurance from my home, and two, really got, I'm a customer service person. We work in person. I make personal phone calls. I send personal letters. So when I can't get good service, I probably get more irate than most people. And two things really stuck out for me to write an article about it was the Geico insurance. Now, what happened was I needed to move my service from my old address to my new one before they would give me the rental property, right? And it took 6 phone calls during my half an hour lunch hour. And one of my coworkers, even though they knew we were on lunch, kept on interrupting me and asking me important questions. And every time I took away from the phone, it would hang up.
Oh!
So by the 6th one, and 3 different people, they came over once again, and I just snapped at them. I said, "Will you just leave me alone? And I will come over when I'm done with this call." They have not talked to me since. They're angry. They've held a grudge.
That's too bad.
It made me upset because that's not my normal style to snap at people, right? So that's what I was thinking. It probably happens to a lot of people. And the other fun one was my water deliver. I get 2 5-gallons. I changed it in April when I moved on April 4th. And they said, okay, it took me a lot of, they were changing services. They're getting bought out by someone else. So I had to go through all the rigmarole, and I got it changed to my new address. And 3 different delivery dates, still no water at my house, still no pickup. I get a call from my previous landlord. It got delivered to my old house. The 3rd time, they said they wouldn't deliver unless I paid this sum of money, which is twice the delivery fee. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll just pay it. I just want to I have 5 bottles sitting at my house, and I'm in a smaller place. They got delivered to my old address, so I had to go pick them up personally, haul them down the stairs, bring them over. And then I did something. I kept on trying to get it solved, so I did the screaming emails and still didn't get an answer. They told me 2-3 days before they answered my email. So the last one I said, well, if you can get someone to answer this, unless I will talk to my attorney. Yeah, I got a call and I got it fixed. So yeah. But it was just why does that have to be the normal? That's my question.
Why does that have to be the normal? And I would say customer service today is worse than it was 5, 10, 15 years ago.
For sure.
And you would think it would be better. You know what drains me, Cynthia? I want to get your take on this. Is when you call, press 1 or 2, and then you press that, and you press this or that, and you go through all this. And if you still don't have your question answered, then press this for a representative, which I wish they would have said up front. And then, after having done all that, you get the representative and you explain everything. It's usually a pretty simple thing. It's pretty simple.
Right.
You explain it, and they ask normal questions. You go all through it, and then they solve it. It's done. You're ready to hang up. Do you have any other questions, sir? I'm like, I just want to go. Why would I have any other questions? I'm out of here.
Now, I had another one like the services, and I finally got a hold of someone, and I was meeting a senior friend for lunch, right? So they were bumping it up through the system, so I couldn't hang up. They were getting back to me. So I had the phone on silent next to me, during lunch, and would just check on it. And then, the thing is, they had to send it to three different people to answer my question. And I was on the phone for 2.5 hours with customer service. Now, this AI stuff was designed to make it easier. So like basic things could get done, which it does in some cases. And if you go to the website, that helps sometimes too. They have a chat bot, but sometimes your questions doesn't fit that either. So what are you supposed to do? So someone said that it was just a matter of cost. So people didn't, to cut it down on labor, have most of the general questions answered automatically. And then if you really need someone, then you find someone. And, the idea is to save money, but it ends up making customers unhappy and leaving because they don't like the type of service they're getting. So another person I spoke to said, well, maybe if you wanted a person, maybe they should charge for that service. And most people that really had a problem or did not want to go through the bots might pay extra for the service, and that would take over that gap between paying for extra people.
Would that be your advice for that solution?
No, I don't know if everyone wants to pay extra, but the thing is, I think there should be a solution if people would rather speak to a person than be automated.
Yeah. Oh,
Some people not, a lot of people that are in technology would rather not talk to a person. So, but the thing is, if you can't do it by clicking 1, 2, 3, doing that, what are you supposed to do?
What are you supposed to do? Yeah, and again, I would have thought that with the advancement of technology and AI, customer service would improve. Mm-hmm. I would have to say it's gotten worse, and it just drains people's energy.
Right. And then people after that kind of experience would usually look for a different company to go to.
Oh, yeah.
And I think if you're worried about your bottom line, wouldn't you be more concerned about keeping your customers as opposed to, getting rid of people on your end? For me, it's just a tough question. And if you really want to know, even a lot of people in technology, even though there's a lot of empty jobs, most people I know in technology that are not working are having a hard time finding work.
Wow.
And it's like technology is taking over things, but it's not replacing it with anything helpful or useful. That's my opinion.
Let's hope things improve. Let's hope those involved in customer service at corporations across America are watching this interview with you speaking to me right now about your experience as a customer service expert, and we see some changes.
I hope so.
All right.
So this gets out the word to everybody, Rick. Thank you. And thanks for your time today.
You bet. All right. Cynthia Salonista, customer service expert, best-selling author, sharing with us, I think, something we all feel and experience daily, hopefully not daily, but a few times a week, but don't really discuss it much with anyone.